Okay, I'm back with another video. This time I'm here doing an insulation resistant test on a 3-phase submersible motor. This one is a Franklin Electric 10 horsepower 8.6 kilowatts to 60 hertz motor. I saw a little leak underneath before, but this leak is probably a seal gone bad, but electrically I think the motor is doing fine. Testing the insulation of the motor, we will be using a Fluke 1587 FC insulation multimeter, better known as the Mega. Please note, to do an insulation test, you would be required to inject a voltage of between 500 to 1000 volts through the motor to test the integrity of the windings. Okay, so on the insulation multimeter we have 3 different modes. Well, sorry, not 3, we have 8 different modes. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to be doing the quick test of the 3-phase submersible motor. In order to do this test, as you can see, there are 4 leads coming out of the motor. What we will be doing, we will be attaching each one of these leads, one to each of the phase and one to ground. So 3 of them is hot and 1 of them is a ground. So right now we have the leads in the insulation test slots, and then we turn the dial over to 50 to 1000 volts insulation, and then we'll set it to 500 volts. As you can see on the screen, 500 volts. Now to perform this test, what we'll do, we'll connect each cable, like I said, to each of the leads. First we're going to do the red. So here we have the setup, and as you can see, you have to make sure that all of them are separated. Nothing could be touching. There should be no short, otherwise this would hamper your results. Also, in the event of doing your testing, this could be fatal, so please do ensure that you wear proper clothing and ensure that all of the wires are isolated, not touching each other. Okay, so now that we have it to the 50 to 1000 insulation setting and the voltage that we'll be injecting is 500 volts, we would now press test, and you would see the insulation resistance of the motor. We'll now press test, and that is the insulation resistance of the motor, 550 mega ohms, and that is a brand new motor resistance. Okay, so now for the yellow, same thing, good. And now for the black, as you can see, this is saying 281, 318, and this is an indication that something is being touching somewhere, or there isn't a good connection, because all of the windings are connected inside of the motor, so all of the windings should be saying the same thing. So I adjusted the cables, and we'll do another test and see if it works. And as you can see, 550 mega ohms. So there probably was some connection between the ground and, well, not the ground but the table, so it kind of hampered the results a little bit.